If you change your mind, take a chance, I'm the first in line.
Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Now today I'm going to be taking a look at this album. It's by Abba. It's the album here from 1977. So yeah, this review may come as a surprise to some people, but I have mentioned like on my channel before, like in like a Q&A video, that when I was pretty young, probably about like 8 or 9 years old, I used to be really like into Abba. Like that was like the music like which I could listen to like at like that age. Then like as I got like a bit older, like I got more into sort of like more like rock like orientated stuff, like sort of like Beatles, like sort of Pink Floyd, like that kind of thing, and I went off Abba for like many years. But like just recently, like as like my taste like I've like expanded, like I've kind of like rediscovered them like somewhat, like so like I've sort of like I wanted like to talk about like one of like the records, and this is one which I've chosen, the album. And like also recently, like with all the hype surrounding like their like reunion, like they're getting back together for like a few two new songs which are coming out towards the end off next year. I've got mixed feelings like about that, but like that's thoughts like for like another video. And like also like with like the upcoming release of like Mamma Mia 2, I thought like what better time to review an Abba album. So yeah, this was their 5th album, released on the 12th of December in 1977. I think it came out that day in most European countries. However, like in like the UK, advance orders of it were so high that it had to get delayed until the following January because like they couldn't like dispatch like the copies like in time. Arguably this was at the peak of their success. Like they came off the back of the Arrival album, which had some of their biggest hits in it, like Dancing Queen, Knowing Me, Knowing You, and like generally like by this point like they were hugely like world famous. Like they'd done like a big tour like around this time, it was documented like in like a film what came out as well called Abba the Movie, and like generally they probably were like the most popular like pop band like off like the time. Also musically they were evolving, the songs kind of became a bit more advanced, like a bit like longer like running times for the songs, but also more sort of like cinematic production, like and like a bit more like sort of like sophisticated. Kind of gone were like the sort of silly songs, which even like on like great albums like Arrival, like you had like some like silly tracks like Dum Dum Diddle and like Tiger, like songs which like songs which were like a little bit like throwaway, like whereas here like they were like a lot more serious, like sort of like album like orientated band. Critically, they were gaining like a lot more like respect as well. Like Abba like were never like the critics' darlings, like but certainly like Benny and beyond songwriting came in for like a lot of praise like on like this record. And naturally, like as I said, it was a huge commercial success. It topped the UK charts for 7 weeks. It got to number 14 like in like America. Like Abba never had huge like stateside success, but certainly like it like over time this record like did go platinum like in like both countries. So I'll just show you the vinyl copy of it here. This is my mum's old copy of it here. This is the UK version, so it's got the blue bit like along that the top. Like most like international versions don't have that. There's the back of it. They just get the track listing and various like other credits. Like I really love like the artwork to this, and inside you've got the gatefold which just says lyrics and a nice picture. And like this isn't in too great condition. Like if like my mum's watching, like I mean she didn't like take like too great care like off like these records. It was mostly just for like the music, like she bought them like I would have thought. So this one didn't even come with like an inner sleeve. I had to sort of like find one from somewhere. But it's like the record though just on the Epic label for this release here. So yeah, that's the vinyl record looked at. Okay, so I'm now just going to do my usual thing. I'll look at each track in detail, score each song out of 10, and then those scores will be used to give us a overall percentage marking for the album. So it begins with the absolutely wonderful Eagle, which is yeah a very strong like opening track. It is maybe quite a strange choice for like an opening song because it's very unlike Abba, this track. It's quite progressive rock like influence. It's very sort of filmic like atmosphere and like very sort of thick like synthesizers like on it. But I just like love the song. Like the harmony vocals on it are just like heavenly, and like yeah, like it's just really like an atmospheric song. Like when like the singing like when like the singing like the chorus line, like especially Flying High like an Eagle, you really kind of feel like you're flying like yourself, which is a very, very great thing like which like they've done like on like the production like on this track. This wasn't a UK single, but it was issued in Europe, and like it done pretty well, like hitting the top 5 in Belgium, Germany and Switzerland. So yeah, one of ABBA's very best songs there, Eagle. Runs to almost 6 minutes long, but it's just such a wonderful listen. Like I could listen to the song like all day, like if I had to. And then the next one is the smash hit Take a Chance on Me, which is probably out of ABBA's most popular songs, like the songs which are kind of like really like endured and like sort of like got like a new like popularity, like even like with like younger people, stuff like say Dancing Queen and like Mamma Mia, like those like really big hits. This is probably my favourite like off like those ones, because some of them like you have like overheard like a little bit. This song to me still sounds very fresh. I mean, like I just it's like an instantly catchy song, like with like the very distinctive like vocal like introduction which kicks off the song. Like that rhythm like came to Bjorn like when like he was out running, like he was quite a keen like runner, so that kind of like chicka chance sort of rhythm came to him like as like he was like out running. And this song, yeah, just full of hooks. Like it's absolutely a brilliantly well written, well sung, like well performed like pop song. So yeah, like a well deserved like #1 hit for them.
One man, one woman, one life.
Then the next track is a slightly slower ballad called One Man, One Woman, which is, yeah, like it's a song kind of about trying to save like a failing relationship. The verse is sung by Frida very, very well, and like again, like the chorus really soars like with like the very distinctive like harmony vocals like on it, and like again, like it's got like a really nice sort of like synth and like string backing. It is just like a lovely song this year. Like maybe it doesn't instantly stand out, but it is a very good song though. Like nonetheless, we get a 9 out of 10 from me.
What's the name of the game? Does it mean?
And then closing off side 1, we get possibly my favourite ever ABBA song, The Name of the Game. Which, yeah, this is another kind of slightly slower, like more like subdued like ballad, but it's just got a really great sort of airy like acoustic feeling to it. Supposedly that they were influenced by like a lot of like American bands like sort of Fleetwood Mac, like and like the Eagles, and like it does have that kind of sort of 70s like rock sound to it, but with like the sort of like the ABBA twist, like with like the absolutely gorgeous like vocal like performances like on it, and like the way like they each like get like their own like wee like lead vocal bit. It's just really well thought out, this track. And like again, like it's like the chorus, it just seems to sort of go on forever, you know, like it's sort of different sections to it which keep getting added. Like it's just a really clever song this, and like yeah, like another like #1 hit like for like the band as well. So Name of the Game, an easy 10 out of 10 from me. My favorite, possibly my favourite ABBA song there.
Like the sunrise in the morning, life is dawning.
And then opening up side 2, we get Move On, which is a song which, you know, it kind of starts off like a little bit weak, this song, I have to say. It's kind of got like a sort of spoken word bit, I call like the first verse, which I kind of like, I like always have like a hard time with like kind of speaking bits like in like the middle like of songs and that. It just kind of makes me cringe like a little bit. And like this one like is kind of like no exception. Like Bjorn kind of like speaks it, and like, you know, it doesn't really work too well, but after that, like the song is perfect, I would say. I would say that the chorus, again, you've got like absolutely soaring like harmony vocals. Lyrically, it is like very good, like about sort of travelling and like kind of moving on and like growing older like in life. But yeah, like once you get past like kind of like the first verse, it is a wonderful song there, Move On. We'd get a 9 out of 10 also from me. And the next one is called Hole in Your Soul, which is a really sort of rocking track. This is probably one of the first times where ABBA really kind of tried like a kind of hard rocking song. And like, you know, it does really work, this song, like I think personally. Vocally it just sounds so like energetic, you know. It maybe sounds like it's been sped up like a little bit, but you know, it just works so well. Like it's kind of got this sort of rock opera kind of feeling to it as well, quite sort of similar to, reminds me like of like a lot of Queen songs this as well, like with like a kind of the middle bit where it all goes like quite quiet and like sort of classical like influenced, and that again it works like really well. Originally though, this song was intended to close out the record because it was originally linked with like the next 3 songs which go under the title The Girl with the Golden Hair. Originally this was sort of performed performed like at the end, and like but for some reason like they decided like to rearrange it and like put it like before those songs. I mean, like it certainly works well, and like it was a great live number like as well. They closed a lot of their concerts with this song, so yeah, Hole in Your Soul would get a 9 out of 10 from me. Because it was originally linked with like the next 3 songs which go under the title The Girl with the Golden Hair. Originally this was sort of performed like at the end, and like but for some reason like they decided like to rearrange it and like put it like before those songs. I mean, like it certainly works well, and like it was a great live number like as well. They closed a lot of their concerts with this song, so yeah, Hole in Your Soul would get a 9 out of 10 from me. And then, like as I said, the record closes with 3 tracks, which is called The Girl with the Golden Hair, 3 scenes from a mini musical. So this was kind of something what they done in like the live concerts, like the girls like both put on wigs and like kind of like sort of like done like this sort of mini like theatrical like sort of like 3 songs that sort of like linked together sort of thing, and like they actually like put it like on, and like they put it like on like the record here. It starts off with Thank You for the Music, which is one of Abba's most popular songs, like most like enduring songs. Personally for me, it has never been a favourite track of mine, like even when I was like really young and like into like their music, like I never really like particularly liked this song like awfully much. I mean, it is quite good, like it kind of like introduces like the musical section like of this album quite well. And but yeah, like because I'm not a massive like sort of musical theatre fan, like I mean, that's maybe why I don't like this song as much as like a lot of like other people do. But like Agneta does a wonderful vocal on it, and like certainly like this song, like it has like endured, like it was never like a single like out at the time, but certainly like it has like grown like in stature, become like one of like the most popular songs. So I would personally give it a 7 out of 10. And then the next part of the musical is called I Wonder Departure, which is about like where like this girl like is sort of dreaming of like leaving like her home and like becoming like a star. Like Frida takes the lead vocal on this, and like again, like it is a nice song. It's quite quiet, like quite subdued. It's maybe a bit longer, like 4 minutes 33 seconds, and like also kind of like a bit sort of too sort of musical theatre-y for me like as well. But again, it's not a bad song there though, so it would get a 7 out of 10 personally.
I'm a marionette, just a marionette on the string.
And then the record closes with I'm a Marionette, which personally is my least favourite song like on the album. This is quite a slightly sort of quite pompous, quite like overblown like theatrical song like again. On this track though, like lyrically it is quite interesting, like by this point like the girl, like the subject like of like these like last 3 songs like has become like constrained like by like the industry, like and like is being like manipulated like by like executives and like sort of people like out like the top of the tree kind of thing. These sort of slightly more like sort of like unhappy kind of lyrical themes that sort of like about like constraint and that like wouldn't really be like explored by like Abba like again until their last record, like The Visitors. So this song like is like quite unique like in like that regard. But like overall, this is the part like off like the record, like these last 3 songs, which doesn't quite work for me. Like originally, like these songs, I think like they would have worked a lot better live, like on stage, which they were like originally written for. But just like on like the records, like personally for me, like it's just not my thing. And that's us done with the album, so overall it would get 86%. So I would say overall a very strong record here. Apart from like the last 3 songs, every other track that you saw was getting like at least like 9 out of 10s. It just like really like them first 6 tracks are all really well constructed, like really well performed, sophisticated pop songs, I think. As I said, like it's a incredibly well produced record. The songs are catchy, but not like in like sort of cheesy way, like they're well structured and like quite cleverly like thought out. The band's sort of commercial success, it would kind of declined somewhat like after this record. Like for instance, like the next album, which came out in 1979, Voulez-Vous, didn't have any UK #1 singles on it, but certainly like they were still getting like sort of like regular like, top 10 hits. But I think that was more like a kind of product of there being a lot more competition like in like the pop charts like around that time. Like newer bands like Blondie, like and like Pretenders, like and like the Jam, like and like the Jam were having more like sort of commercial success. So sort of like ABBA didn't have like as big a sort of market share like in like kind of pop music. So that's kind of why like their success, it kind of started to go downhill a little bit like after this record. But this is still probably the high point, like I would say. Like it's a very like finely crafted pop record here. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed my look at ABBA's The Album, and I'll see you all next time for the next video. Goodbye.